Hi, I am Vishal Meena from Madhya Pradesh, India, and I was tasked with improving the functionality and design of a pipeline editor. Let's move to the assessment. In the assessment, the first part of the assessment is node abstraction. In this task, we need to refactoring the existing nodes like input nodes, output, LLM, and text used in the pipeline editor. Each of these nodes had unique content and connections but share significant code. And instead of copying and modifying, we need to create a generalized abstraction for this. So let's move to the extract component. So it is a component named base node, and it is the abstraction that can be used inside the nodes component, and it renders basically the common portion of the nodes, and also it accept some props from the nodes components, and it handles and it also renders the title and icons, and it having the effect that update the internals of the nodes. It is useful when we are discussing the text node. Let's take an example. So here is an input node, and we render base node component at the top and passing some props related to shared portion. So it can be act as a abstraction, and we pass some props in it, and it can be work as a abstraction, and the unique portion of the code we need to write in this component, and also we need to handle the state individually inside the nodes. So as the task given, we need to create some 5 nodes that demonstrate the abstraction of the base node component. So I created a bunch of new nodes, and one of the nodes is button node, and the button node component is a basic component that is using the base node component for the shared code, and it having some states as it is individual handling by the node, and it having the other code. So base node is common code we can pass as a props, and the other code is here, the unique code. So first part is done, and now let's move to the second part. So in second part we just only styling all the components. So I use Tailwind CSS and setcn library to style the components, and I use only 2 libraries to style the components. So let's check out some component of the library. So setcn library give us a bunch of component that we can use inside our project. So like in button node, here we have 2 component used from the setcn library, input component and the label component. So I just use them. So let's moving to the next part of the assessment. So next part of the assessment is part 3. So in part 3 we need to set some text node logic. So we have to implement 2 functionalities inside it. First one is resizable text node. So we want to the text node to automatically adjust its size as the user type, so it is easier to see everything they are typing. And the second one is variable handling. So we also want to allow user to define variable directly in the text node. So when the user type a valid JavaScript variable name inside the curly braces, a new connection point as handle should be appear on the left side of the text node corresponding to that variable. So let's see how we implement it. So here is the text node component, and it uses a bunch of things. So it use auto size text area component, and it sets the text area size, text area height dynamic. So below of it there is a hook, and the hook containing all logic related to the JavaScript variable. uh, we need to map through input and the current text. So we uses regex for finding the pattern inside the current text, that is the text in input, and we create a variable array, and if the pattern match, we need to push the pattern inside the variable, and we need to map through the variable and set the handles state and the handle, because we need to pass it through the base node, and the base node containing the handle, so that it can be dynamically set. And we set the default position to the left side. And here is the text area component, and the text area component having a bunch of styles, and it uses a text area ref, because we need to set the size, we need to set the height of the text area dynamic, and we also set the max height to 10 rem. The height cannot be greater than 10 rem. So let's go through the use auto size text area component. It is basically a hook that sets the dynamic height of the component. So it having the reference of the component, and it having the effect, so that the value change, whenever the value change, it first set the style to 0 pixel, and then find the scroll height and set the scroll height to the height of the components. So let's see the demo throughout our live project. So here is our project. So first we need to drag some nodes. So firstly we drag input node, and the second one is LLM node, and the final one is text node. So here one variable is created, and we need to create another variable. We can give name LLM, and we need to map the left handle. So we map the first LLM handle to the input handle, and the input handle to the LLM we can give. And here we can also create more variables, so that on the left side there are new handles can be created. So here we create a new handle or variable named output. So here is the demonstration of that logic. So let's move to the final part of the assessment. So this is the final part, backend integration. So in this part we firstly need to modify the front end part, so that it can be sent API request with the nodes and edges data to the backend route of pipeline/parse, and we need to create this endpoint to the backend, and it must do a bunch of things like count the number of node and edges, check if the pipeline form a directic acyclic graph, and return the information in a specific format. To see the demo of this project in the UI first. So let's see the final demo in the project. So here is a graph, and if we click on submit button, so we see a pop-up alert that is showing something. So it's showing that the pipeline forms a directic acyclic graph. So let's see an example where it cannot create a directic acyclic graph. So here we take a LLM node, and we connect one of left handle through it, and the right handle we connect back to the text node, and click on submit button. So if we click on submit button, it's showing us number of nodes are 4, edges are 4, and this pipeline not form a directic acyclic graph. So we need to implement this logic on the backend code, but first we need to make sure that our front end submit or sending the API request to the server. So here is the submit.jsx file, and here is the API URL of our backend server, and with the route. And so first we extract the nodes and edges, and then prepare the data to send. When we get the response, here is inside the alert data we get the response, and if the alert data renders conditionally, if the data is here, then the pop-up or the alert showing in the UI. So now move to the backend code of the project. So here is the backend code. So we have a file main.py. It is a fast API file, fast API code. So first we import the fast API, then we need to import the base model to set the model, and lastly we need to import the course middleware, because we need to send the cross origin request. So we need to make sure to add the middleware to the fast API apps, and we create the pipeline model, and here is the endpoints, but we need to here is the main endpoint pipeline/parse. So it received pipelines in input, and so here is the isDeck function that checking the graph is directly acyclic graph or not by taking two inputs, num nodes, and in response we return num nodes, num edges, and isDeck result to the client. And when it returns to the client side, it renders a alert or a pop-up to show the details.